And we are on.
What's going on, Miss Carla? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. To our people, to our fans, to our tens of 13 folks watching, I really appreciate y'all. Sorry we kept y'all waiting. I was working. This young lady was doing her thing, but we are back. It is the year in review, and we are wide open. Like Larry Jaton's robe wide open. We wide. Hey, I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss.
Hey,
Praise the Lord.
Teresa.
God rest his soul. Anyway, we wide open tonight. So, hey, let's talk about it.
All right. And we
Teresa,
gonna
what's
be
up?
nice. You're gonna be nice.
Broke toes. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Right. He is a mess. We got my sister on here. We got my daughter on here. I'm gonna see who else is on here and not speaking. Y'all come in and say hello to us. It's been a minute. It's been a
Don't say
minute
hello to
since
me.
we
I got warrants and I don't feel like talking to nobody tonight. So
you, it's been a minute. Come on in and say hello. Hey, Christy. I see you, girl. Hey, Miss Hodge. Good to see y'all on here, Brother Charlie. I can see
hey,
everybody that's coming in and not saying hello. Y'all say hello. It's very important to say hello so that we can speak back.
I got about there's gonna be about 40 or 50 people coming in that I'm bringing in. I bought some Facebook views. So, hey, I mean, if the pastors
Hey,
can do it, if the pastors can do it, I mean, I can
hello,
too, right?
hello.
So I'm buying Facebook
Wanda,
views.
hello. Pastor Perkins, hello.
Kirk, what's up?
Greetings from Tesla. All right.
Tell Elon I said what's up. Tell him to
Oh,
get his off Twitter.
listen, stop. You are funny, funny,
So,
funny,
so what
funny.
you want to talk about for the year in review in 2022?
Everything. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Well, first off, you know what? I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been following us. We've only had a few shows for Perkins. His comment is not fun.
Oh, wow.
All
Wow.
right, let me go back. Let's bring it back. For those of you who have been watching us and caught our first show, our second show, how many shows did we do together this year?
3 or 4,
Four, about four.
something
It
like that.
started in January. Remember, that was our very first show.
Right,
Was in January, so
right,
it's been almost
right,
a year. And then
right.
we missed some. You know, you was traveling. I wasn't feeling well the last time. But this show is inspired by Pastor Anthony Perkins.
Show is.
The conversation is inspired by Pastor Anthony Perkins. We thank you, sir. We thank you. We thank you so much.
Thank you, God Daddy. I appreciate it.
Yes, one of the godfathers.
Yes,
One
yes.
of the godfathers. And I'm still waiting on y'all. 2022 is coming to an end. Y'all supposed to come and get some dirty rice. The dirty rice. I was supposed to fry y'all some fish. The Godfathers. Y'all ain't showed up yet. Oh, it's complete silence.
No, it ain't silence. I mean,
Y'all both were supposed to come and get the dirty rice and let me fry y'all some fish. Y'all ain't showed up yet.
you live in the projects. We ain't going over there.
I don't live in no projects.
You live in the projects,
Oh, no, I'm just playing. I take that back. I'm not gonna say no bad words. No, we do not live in the projects. I live in cooperative homes.
Well,
Look it up.
I can't even spell cooperative homes. All I know is
Well,
that
that explains you not understanding where I live at.
well, if you can't take the BART or walk, then we not doing it.
Whatever. Just because you live in the woods while you out there in your she shed. But anyways, you
The
guys,
daughter's mama. That's all I got to say. Your
he's a
daughter's
little,
mama.
he's kind of special. So we
Mm-hmm.
understand the little yellow bus used to come and pick him up. And that's okay. It followed you into your adulthood. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all
I'll
right.
forgive you this time.
It's all right.
I'll forgive you this time. But
That's all
anyways, there's a lot of things that have happened since our last show.
right.
There's a lot of things that has happened in general over this past year. Um, and I think one of the things that has been like, right, tell them, Christy, cooperative homes. That's right. You earn money by living here. You don't earn money by living in the projects. Hello. Boop, boop,
Incarcerated.
boop, 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 boop.
Incarcerated.
Boop, 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 boop.
Cooperative homes, projects, PJs, all the
You know
same.
what? No, it's not the same.
Alcatraz.
Back up off me. Back up off me. So whenever y'all ready to come over, y'all can come over.
We
Y'all
will.
just let me know. But anyways, so as y'all know, Mr. Lewis over there, he works for the funeral home. I no longer work for a funeral home because they won't pay me, but I think I deserve. But anyways, Mr. Lewis works for a funeral home, so he's done many funerals. I think my connection with funerals, right? Tell him, sis, you're not on the streets. Um, I think, I think you've been doing funerals. I think we've seen each other one time at a funeral
Right.
recently.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I'm still streaming funerals, available to stream a funeral. Not that I want your family member to die, but I'm just saying I'm here for you. I've done many obituaries,
Mm-hmm.
many obituaries this year. And we still got that same issue. I wish I could teach a class on how to lay out an obituary. What you think?
Absolutely. Because
Because
there are a lot of people that don't know. They really
they
don't.
don't know.
They really
I
don't.
mean, they don't know. Somebody passed away, and the pictures were in, it was like 75 pictures, and I think there was maybe five pictures of the deceased lady.
Right. Right.
So sad. But anyways, I think we should work on that. We should talk about that. See what
Ooh,
we can
we
come up
will.
with. See
We
what we
will.
can come up with. But yeah, so I think the biggest thing that's going on right now is the homeless issue in the Bay Area. Um, I don't know what's going on in Hayward because I haven't been out there, but I know in San Francisco, in Oakland, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
I don't know what they're doing in Hayward because I'm not in Hayward. I spend most of my time on Telegraph. I can
In
tell you more about
Oakland.
what's going on
So
in
you
Telegraph
know.
than I can in Hayward.
So there there's a homeless encampment not too far from you.
Right.
And I know that because I've served them food before. So, yeah. Because for those of you who don't know, I do have a nonprofit organization. It's called Twice the Love Outreach. I'm in the process of trying to get my 501c3 so that I can really get out there. Um, but I saw something today here in San Francisco that disturbed me. Me and my son, we were in the car, and there was a big homeless encampment that they were destroying. They were literally taking people's belongings and throwing them in the back of a garbage truck and destroying them. And my thing is, if you're going to destroy what somebody has, have something better for them or have some place for them to go.
Oh
I know
no,
they have, huh?
they no. Where was that?
In San Francisco, here
No, what part?
on Division, on
No,
Division.
that was that was the city getting rid of Raiders fans and they season and throwing all their stuff in the trash because that's where they belong. Trash Raiders. That was Raider fans. That wasn't the homeless people. That was Raider fans that are still out here that didn't go to Vegas and they just throwing their season away. So don't worry about that. That was separate. They probably had all black on too, right? I
Oh my God, you are
think
so
Devontae
crazy.
Adams got thrown in there. Derek Carr.
You are
So
so
don't worry
wrong.
about that. But no, in all seriousness, more needs to be done to help the homeless. Um, they're not helping themselves with the murder rates that are happening at homeless encampments. But more does need to be done to help the homeless. And you're right, if you're going to clean up the area and throw them out, something else needs to be done. One thing I am seeing a lot in and around Foucher's is that they will clean up, and then a week or two later, if that, they're right back there, or they're on the other side of the street,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's a cycle, and it's bad. I mean, Walgreens, the one on Telegraph across the street from the old Neldums,
Yeah.
wasn't closed 3 days, and hell, it looked like it had been closed. Now it looks like it's been closed 6 years.
Yes. It looks horrible. It's just, man. So what are they going to do with that property? I mean, why can't they take something like that and build a homeless shelter? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I would love to see it, because that now that entire that corner, that those two corners right there, those places are empty. Neldums is empty. Excuse me. They have a for lease sign up, but I'm like, who the hell is going to lease Neldums, and for what? I
Right.
mean, it's because it's a big, huge place.
Right.
So what are you going to turn it into? Another restaurant? So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Shang Tao or your boy Mr. Taylor does if they do that recount that the Oakland NAACP is talking about doing. We'll see.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, when I saw that today, it made me really sad because I saw one guy, he had his stuff and he was just like running because they was literally just taking the stuff and just throwing it in the back of the garbage trucks and just crushing their tents, their belongings, everything that was in there. It was, ugh, there's no vision for what a homeless shelter should look like or how to operate it. You're
Right,
absolutely correct. That's
right,
what Dion Evans is saying. You're absolutely correct. I guess I just have a passion for homeless. I mean, that's why, we go out and y'all know I haven't worked. For those of you who don't know, I have not worked a job since they terminated me in 2017 because I wanted to care for my mom. So I haven't held down a 9 to 5 job since 2017. It's been 5 years now since I've been terminated. And so I don't have a lot of money, but I take what I do have left over or what is sometimes donated to me,
right.
and I go out and we go give them sandwiches, hot meals. Like right now, I have some socks and some hats that I ordered that I'm going to be giving out because it's cold right now. But I have a
Oh,
passion for
yeah.
the homeless. I do.
Oh,
I do. Like I do. I know, and some of them, of course, everybody out there, one thing I've learned is that everybody out there does not want to be out there. They don't
no.
have a choice. There are some people who are out there. If you came with a big old house and said, "Hey, this is yours, a house on wheels," they're not going to go inside because this is what they're used to. However, there are some people who are out there sleeping in their cars with their children. Me and my daughter was out feeding one time, and this lady pulled up, and she had her kids in the car, and they was hungry. We was like, here, just take two, take three. I mean, you don't know why a person is out there. So I don't know.
No, it's
It's
bad,
really
and people are freezing to death. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably the only person alive in the Bay Area that still reads the paper, but I read the local section every day, and I mean, people are dying in their cars. They're freezing to death,
mm-hmm.
not purposely, but they are literally freezing to death, and it's a serious problem. I get up every morning and I go to work. I'm usually there 6:30. And it's not lost on me when I drive past and I see those homeless brothers and sisters out there, um, because it's hell. It could be me. It could easily be me, and I'm thankful that it's not, but it can still be me. So for those of you, I hope you don't drive past them with your nose up in the air like ha ha, because hell, it
Hey,
can be all of us in a minute.
it could have been me real easy. I
Right,
remember, when I was
right,
working. And when I was living in Alameda,
Yeah.
these 16-hour days, I wasn't working 16 hours for nothing. It's just it's sad. It's really, really sad. So and it's like I said, it's cold right now.
Yeah.
One Sunday I got out of church. I was driving to pick my son up, and somebody had died in one of the homeless shelters right there on San Pablo and West Grand.
Wow.
I was like, when you see the tarp and the
Right.
laying on the ground, I was like, oh man, that touched me. So, so sad. So um what's gonna happen? Is it gonna get better? Is it gonna get worse? I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better until you get the right people in office
Right.
that's gonna really do something to help. It's not gonna get any better. And it's it's so sad. It is so sad. No free blankets. No, exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
I would say that in all cities, but specifically in Oakland, um, in no particular order, crime, homelessness, and mental illness are the three biggest things that we need affordable housing. Yes, I desperately want the Oakland Athletics to stay. Yes, but crime uh, and what I say, homelessness and mental illness are the three biggest things that need to be talked about. Maybe not just in the city of Oakland, but definitely in the city of Oakland, because it's a huge problem. And two of those three kind of go together with hell, all three of them actually kind of go together, but definitely the mental illness. I mean, you see
Mhm.
people who are homeless, and some people, like you said, they're not homeless because they want to be. They're homeless because they have to be.
Mhm.
But I see a lot of mentally ill people on a daily basis.
A
You know,
whole lot.
the yelling, the screaming,
Ugh,
and
yes.
you know better
Running
than
naked in the park up the street. I got
right,
Citizen app, so I be getting all that stuff. I'll be like, oh Lord.
right,
Man, so I mean, you just have to be careful. Even just walking. We used to walk. I miss getting out walking. I used to walk from my house up to Jackson. If anybody's from San Francisco, y'all know where I'm talking. From my house up to Jackson and then back around and back down here. I miss taking that walk every day. But it's so many people that's suffering from mental illness out there. You never know what they're going to do to you when you're walking past. They could look just as normal as you and I
right, right.
and just bow, still on you or something. You don't know. So yeah, it's sad. It's really, really sad. And I just pray that it get better.
Right.
When I leave the house, when my kids leave the house and go somewhere, I just pray, Lord, just watch over us. Cause you just never, ever, never know. I mean, I even see people walking on the bridge, on the freeway.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm seeing more of that lately. I am.
gosh,
I'm
it's
seeing more of
bad.
that.
It's really, really bad. So yeah, the homelessness, I don't think it would ever will ever get better. And then, is there more that the church can do to provide stuff for them? One person, I don't know if he's on here, but one guy that I know that he does a lot for his community, and I'm gonna do a huge shout out to him right now. I don't know if he's on here, but Pastor Joseph Jones, Alpha Omega Ministries out in East Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is Pastor Carl Barnes. I've seen I've seen them work. Pastor Joseph Jones, we do a clothing and shoe donation to them because we know that those people in that community will like really appreciate it.
Right.
So thank you, Allison. So my sister is on here. She says she worked down San Francisco. Oh, I know you see it a lot. Downtown. I haven't been downtown in a long time. And yeah, she says, and it really hurts to see them out there so young. Yes. Because you know what? I've learned or I've seen, I've actually witnessed with some of my people that I went to school with, grew up with, or whatever, when their kids get 18, they tell them they got to get out because they grown. You 18, you got to get out. You grown. And a lot of them, when you turn 18, you ain't okay. The law or whatever says you're grown, but my kids are 29 and 22, and we all still live together. Cause it ain't easy out there for nobody. I'm not
No,
gonna
it's
put
not.
no child out because they 18. I remember a long time ago, this person wanted to talk to me, but they were like, "Oh, your kids still live at home." I'm like, "Yeah, oh well, okay, well, bye. My kids ain't going nowhere. I
Right.
don't play. I don't play when it comes to my kids now." Okay, Pastor. I'm reading this thing wrong. All right, Dion Evans says, in many ways, the church is homeless. Ooh, barely keeping doors open for worship services. Now that's a good point there. You just said something. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But how about some of the churches coming together and doing something to, you know, help with the homeless?
Some of them might have to be get together in the first place. You still have some pastors who, or churches, I won't even say pastors, you still have some churches who don't necessarily want to get together with other churches
That's true.
because they feel like they're up here and this other church is down here, or their pastor is up here and that other pastor is down here. Um, yes, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
For Grace Baptist, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to Grace Baptist Church for doing stuff for the community
Yeah,
too.
they give so much away. Somebody somehow ran their car into the front door of Grace Baptist a few years back. It was crazy.
Okay, so since we talking about churches, while we talking about churches, will the people, will the parishioners, the members ever return back to the church? Because when I was growing up, remember they used to have the building fund and all those
Right.
different kind of offerings that help with different outreaches, and the mission would help with the this, and I mean that stuff don't exist no more. Heck, you can't even get people to go to church anymore.
Well,
It is especially since the pandemic.
well, the motherboard, mission, the ushers,
The Urshers.
they done they done all died 600 times, so they finally done died enough to where they can't come back.
Here you go with that again.
Sister Minnie Jackson has died the final time from 1964 to 1997.
The benevolent fund. That's
Yeah,
it.
the benevolent
The
fund. Yeah,
benevolent fund.
yeah, they
Where
did
is
it.
the benevolent fund in the church? Oh, the people got to come to church first. That's right. They don't want to come to church no more. Since the pandemic, nobody wants to return back to the church.
Well,
Why?
some of
Why
those,
don't people want to return into the building? I want to know why.
some of those,
Christmas is Sunday. Christmas is Sunday. It's Christ's birthday. We're celebrating the birth of Christ. But people don't want to come to church on
well,
Sunday because it's Christmas. Okay.
some of those.
It's a real party. It's a party. Let's go. Let's celebrate. What's up?
See if you can catch this. Some of those pastors are using the benevolent fund to keep Perk doing what he's doing now. Where's Perk working?
Wow.
He's at Tesla.
He's a pastor, but he.
Yeah, but no, but I'm saying they're driving Teslas. That's where the money is going. Some of them are driving Teslas. Some of them are sitting real nice on their car. Not all of them, but some of them are. The real ones aren't, and they know who they are. And Mr. Evans is right. Some people don't want to return. It's
But it's why though? Because you know what? Since I'm in the media, since I do media ministry, since I do media ministry, we've enabled this. We've allowed, we're saying it's okay now. I know the broadcasting in overall in the beginning before the pandemic. It was for people who were at home, bedridden, like my mom was, and
Right.
some of the other people. Everybody has people in their church that's homebound. You can't come to church with them. But you got the lazy people who sit at home and watch the service. And I'm sure, and I'm not saying at my church, but I'm saying that some churches they sit at home and they complain, but you won't bring your
Well, right.
blessed assurance down to the church.
But I
You know
I
what I
won't
mean?
I won't say you guys made it. You guys didn't enable them. Media members didn't really enable them. Um, I mean, you made it easier. It's it's like courting a woman and marrying a woman. Yeah, once you marry her, it's easier to have sex, but you still got to put in the work in order to get it. You still got to put in the work, and you still have to go to church. You should still, I'm not saying you have to go every Sunday. What you guys have done is made it easier for me to go to LA and still be in worship service on Sunday. It don't mean that you should never enter the building. Church is in us, yes, but you can still take your butt to church because it's not just the media. There's other things. Hell, there's football on Sunday, and we don't want to record it. We're gonna watch the football game. You can find reasons not to go to church. You can find reasons not to go to work. You can find reasons not to come home.
I think I'm gonna be sick on Sunday, so I won't be there on Sunday, but it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, and then it look, and then it depends on the church. Some people don't want to go to church because they pastor ain't worth two dead flies.
Well, then they need to find a new church home. How about that? Find a new church home. Right.
They did. They did. They find one during the wintertime. Levi Stadium Baptist Church.
Oh my God.
But no, it's my hope is that we will all get back to church. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to go back. I just feel like sometimes when I get ready to go, I've been in church 5 days doing
Well, you
funerals.
go to church almost every day doing all them funerals. Shoot.
I was in the choir stand. I was in the choir stand in Shiloh. Couldn't wait till I got grown so I didn't have to go to church. And God was like, ha ha. You finna do funerals every day, Negro. You gonna be in church.
You gonna hear the word every day.
Right. I'm like, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm sure Kirk said it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna come back. And it's fine, but it's hard for those of us who, like me, I run the media ministry by myself.
Right.
I don't care how many clarion calls we put out there for help with the media. Nobody's gonna volunteer.
But when we had this conversation before, Bishop Valentine brought up an interesting point. In as much as the media, if you want to say, has enabled people to stay home or look for an excuse to stay home, live streaming has also exposed those who can't carry their own Bible to the pulpit.
Ooh.
I mean, it has. It goes both ways.
True.
It goes both ways, and
True.
so, but it has also opened the door for people who don't live near us to see pastors abroad.
Yeah.
It has really done some good, and it's like anything else that we have. It gets bastardized, and it's no longer used for what it's supposed to be used for.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a camera phone. Camera phones were for you to take pictures in lieu of a camera. Camera phones were not made for you to world star everything or record somebody doing all the crazy stuff we record people doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant for that. We use it for that, but it wasn't really meant for that. So for you folks in the media and who do what you do, I want you to continue doing what you do, because we do. We need the live stream. We're having that Preacher's Bowl coming up. And for people who can't go to the various Preacher's Bowls, they can be at home and still enjoy it in the comfort of their own home. So, y'all keep doing what you're doing. Please, 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 please keep doing what you're doing.
Mentioning Preaching Bowls, since you brought it up, I might as well go on and do these quick announcements, huh? Get them on out the way. All right. So on December 31st, y'all know what December 31st is? Do you know what December 31st is? I said, do you know what December 31st is?
The day before January 1st.
It's my birthday. Ah, I'll be
Can you count that
52.
high?
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
I'll be
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
52 December 31st.
Can you count that high?
Can you count that high? Hey.
Can your mama's daughter?
Excuse me?
I said, can your mama's daughter? Can you count that high?
Oh, okay. I was about to drive to Hayward. I was about to drive to Hayward. I was gonna pick Teresa up. We was coming to Hayward.
Teresa might already be in Hayward. Teresa might already be in Hayward. You never know.
She already outside your house waiting right now. What? Nah, okay. So on December 31st, if you are not doing anything, there will be a preaching bowl at the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. Pastor Todd Wheelock. It starts at 12 noon. I'm trying to pull it up, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up.
1004 14th Street in the city of Oakland on the west side.
Yeah. So if you're not doing nothing, that's December 31st. Okay. He got a lot of preachers lined up. All right. And he gonna have food. The pastor's kitchen will be open. So bring your money. And I think they got a credit card slider too. You can slide your card. Okay. And then on January 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Abyssinian Baptist Church, there is the original Gospel Bowl. Pastor Kevin Barnes Sr.
The Reverend Dr. Bishop Kevin Barnes.
Kevin Barnes Sr., 528 33rd Street in Oakland, California. All right. And save the date, January 16th.
You getting that?
Save the date, January 16th.
Getting out of jail.
Because of Calvary Ministries, Pastor A.L. Perkins, and because of Calvary Ministries, will be having the MLK Bowl. And he has some wonderful preachers lined up as well. So y'all, mark your calendars. We got some wonderful preaching bowls coming up. But let's get back to this conversation.
Is Dr. King preaching?
Wait, hold on. What did he say? The one A.L. Cobb started. Which one are you talking about, Perk? All right.
Is Dr. King preaching? If Dr. King ain't preaching at the MLK,
we're going to play his voice. How about that? We're going to play his voice.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. I want to hear Dr. King preach. I want to hear Mahalia singing.
Okay. We can make that happen. I got the technology to make it happen.
Can you
okay. He just answered my question. I didn't know. Okay. I did not know that. You just taught me something, Pastor Perkins. All right. You just taught me something. All right. Next we gonna talk about, we already talked about churches and low attendance and all that type of stuff. We already talked. Let's talk about supporting each other since we're talking about going to the gospel. We need to learn to support each other. Yeah. There's a lot of us who have businesses and all that good stuff. We need to learn to support each other. All right. Before I go into that, there's another person I would like to shout out, and that is Dion Evans. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, Dion Evans had a radio show. It was called Issues After Dark. Well, Dion Evans is back. He is back, y'all. And Dion Evans, if you are still on here, please put the name of your show in the comments so that I could highlight it on the screen, please. But Dion Evans is back with Issues After Dark. I caught the first one the other night. And I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Last night I missed it because I get up at 4 a.m. So 9 o'clock at night, I'll be after time. All right, or in my bed. So I try to stay up as much as I can and support. But Back to supporting each other. We gotta do better at supporting each other. I'm gonna start with myself. I have, I have, there it is, right there, y'all. Bitter Cup Media. All right. Y'all see it in the comments right there. I put it on the screen. Y'all check them out. United Owls. Check them out. It's live conversation, just like me and Rasan's doing right now. But of course, he's more professional. He got the mic and he be like, he got that radio voice. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get
Hey,
there.
you almost sound like me. Keep going, girl.
Oh man. Okay. All right. All right. So yes. So I still have my media business. I'm glad you guys are over here on this page and all you guys are watching now. Um, um, y'all know I had to get a new Facebook page, and I've been so mad about it because I've lost a lot of business. But I'm trying to rebuild. So if y'all can help me in that, that would be great. But I still have my media business, Missy Productions, Media Service, and more. I have my own network. Okay. If you want to be on Roku TV, if you are a pastor, or if you have a show, and if you would like to be on Roku TV, inbox me. If you got my number, call me. Let's talk about it. Oh, was we supposed to talk today, Dion Evans? Oh my God, was it today? Can't remember. Or was it yesterday?
Yeah, she's 52, y'all. She is 52.
No, I had a lot going on today, just working on stuff. And then I have, like I said, I have the feeding program, the nonprofit, and I have my jewelry business, Miss C's Blings. I come on live every Monday selling $5 jewelry. Miss C's Blings is a costume jewelry business in memory of my mom, and it's a jewelry business in memory of my mom. If you don't wear costume jewelry, you can buy it for somebody else. You can bless another woman. I even sell men's jewelry as well. Look a sister up. Go to my website. Check me out. I would greatly appreciate it. And then yeah. And then we have my daughter. She's on here. She has a cookie business. She sells some wonderful cookies. If you follow her on Instagram, I'm sure you have seen her reels. Check her out. She is selling cookies, Bree's Original Cookies. She make those cookies from scratch, y'all. She make them with love. She be just have her gloves on and she be just shaping them and all that. And then she put them in a nice little box and package them up and get them to you. We ship. We ship. So, all right. And then we have uh Kesa. I don't know if she's on here. We got Totally Designed. She hand makes jewelry. As a matter of fact, the earrings that I'm wearing tonight was handmade by Kesa. They are handmade by Kesa. And right here it says Beauty for Ashes. So she hand makes jewelry. All right. We got to start supporting each other better. We got to start checking on each other better. Now, my family, I know they watching. My best friend right here, he knows. A couple of other people that's on here. I have been angry. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all think Carla don't get angry. I have been angry because I have invested a lot of time. I have invested a lot of money in people trying to help people, especially throughout this pandemic. Uh, while my mother was sick, while my mother was dying, after my mother died, I still did things for people. I am ministry minded over anything and everything. And a lot of the people that I've done stuff for, broke my back for, bent over backwards for, don't even talk to me now. So I've been angry, y'all, and I had to really pray to God not to let bitterness take root in my life because of how they treated me. These are people that I've been friends with for years that don't even talk to me now. Don't say two words to me now. And um, I'm still praying. Like, Lord, just let me move on past this. Let me move on past this. Even within my business, and I'm not gonna call no names, there was an individual, there was a pastor that I've been working for throughout this entire pandemic. They completely cut me off without warning. Like, oh, we don't need you no more. I'm like, what happened to the 30-day notice or something? you know? I mean, it affected my finances big time. I mean, affected my finances big time. Didn't even know, didn't even know uh, how I was going to pay my bills. But I thank God for my cousin Rhonda, who works at a funeral home, who's been sending business my way. And that's how I was able to make it.
Right.
This month has been the hardest month because guess what? I have not done one funeral this month.
Damn.
Not one. Yeah. Obituaries, slow, nothing. It's just, yeah. So my income is not the greatest. So will Carla have to go back to work? I don't know. My body is beat up. I don't know if I can handle that. So back to what I was saying was we got to be better for well, I'll just say this. I learned that I was a better friend. I was the one who was the friend. I was the better friend.
Right.
I was the better friend. And so I don't want to be um I don't want to be bitter. I try not to even go where these people are. If I know that they're there, I don't want to. I don't want to be there because I don't know how. I can't be fake. Like
Right.
I'm a different Carla. Like after my mom passed, I'm like a totally different person. Like sometimes I'd be like, "Dang, who is that?" Even my kids be like, "Dang, mama," because it's just, like man, like for real. So I don't want to stop because I have a huge heart for people, right? I have a huge heart for ministry. I'm still going to do my ministry stuff at my church. And then there's those few people that I will continue to do stuff for.
Right.
But will I ever go out my way like that ever again? Absolutely not. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. But I looked at my phone, my contacts. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Before the end of the year, I'm just gonna go in there and just clean it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Just clean it all out. Because there's some people I haven't talked to since my mother passed. She'll be dead 2 years on the 27th of January. And I haven't talked to you since my mom passed. It's nothing else. Just, one individual, they only reach out to me if they need my help with something. So what I'm learning is the last time I told them, I said, no, I can't help you. You figure it out. Mm-mm. And I'm not used to saying that because I have a heart for helping people that don't know how to do stuff. But I also don't want my heart to keep being like, because, yeah. And I've been saying some choice words and I just say, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. So, yeah, it's I don't know. Y'all pray for a sister because I'm just like, wow, man, like what happened? Like I even asked one person, like, dang, what I do to you? And they was like, oh, you didn't do nothing. Okay, well, what's up? Why we ain't cool no more? Like, what's up? Nothing.
Yeah, you are the flavor of the month, the center of attention, and then all of a sudden that stuff fades. There's people. There are. I always say this: we celebrate Halloween on the 31st of October, but it's every day because people take their mask off all the time and show you who the hell they are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, when you see who they are, you treat them, you feed them with a long handle spoon.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So I just wasn't used to that, especially
Yeah,
to people that I've been like so close to for
yeah,
years. Like
yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, people I would talk to every single day, and now like I'm like, why do I even have a cell phone? Like I might as well just keep using my house phone and get rid of that bill because because it's crazy.
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, and
Calhoun, I hear you. Thank you so much for that.
and
Mhm.
these are people in a lot of cases, yours included. And it's not even so much you; it's the fact that they sat there and broke bread with you when your mother was cooking it. They didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They didn't know where their next meal was coming from, and your mother opened the door for
Mhm.
them. And then she suffers what she suffers from, and you don't hear anything. They
Mhm.
may come around when it's time for the funeral, but as soon as the funeral is done, they're gone again.
They gone again, or they still they don't
So,
send a flower while she alive, so she could smell it, but they gonna send one to the funeral home. Boop. We almost took that.
hey,
We almost took the flowers
it's
and set it at the church. Woo,
yeah,
too much, too much. But we got to do better, especially. I don't know. I posted something. I think it was yesterday. I said, check on your strong friends. Some of us are not okay,
all right.
and
And
I could openly admit to the few people that's watching right now, I'm not okay. You see me laughing, you see me joking and all that type of stuff, but I'm crying on the inside. I had somebody tell me, "Oh, yo, mama, she was sick. You should be happy she in a better place." That was my mother. Like, what?
yeah, that's not a
Are you kidding me? Your mama, you can pick up your mama, take her to the mall. You can talk to her, you can smell her, you can see her. But you're
right.
gonna tell me I should be okay because she's in a better place. I get it. Okay, that's your little whatever. But sometimes you don't want to hear, well, I don't want to say you. I'll say me. Sometimes I don't quote me no scriptures. Don't throw no scriptures at me. Don't throw all of that because I don't want to hear that right now. So now when people ask me, "Oh, how you doing?" I just say I'm okay because everybody can't handle how I'm really feeling.
Of course not. Of course
Because I can't even say how I'm really feeling on this live right now because everybody can't handle it. Y'all can't handle it. If I express to y'all how I really feel, my daughter would come down here and turn this live off, unplug the computer, and make me go to my room. And that's real talk.
Well, it's almost your bedtime anyway, so she probably should.
Whatever.
You got about
Whatever.
12 more minutes before it's time for you to go to sleep any damn way. Yeah. Bree, come down here and
Hey,
unplug
I
this
wake up
damn
at 4
computer.
o'clock a.m. I have that right. Okay. I have that right.
Mm,
Okay. I'm an
mm,
early bird. My dad taught me the early bird catches the worm. That's what he taught me. So that's what I live by.
mm. Yeah, okay, worm catcher.
See, there's the Valentines. I always check on them.
Yeah,
We like family. That is my extended family, like
yeah,
for real. You know, I got my sis Christy on here,
yeah.
you know, and then, Brooklyn Nelson checks on me every day. Every day. He
I'm
checks.
gonna I'm gonna say something when you're talking about supporting one another, meaning from the business standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to give some people a news flash. Um, I'm not talking about anybody, but this is something that needs to be known because people don't know. There are three, maybe four. Um, there are less than a handful. I'll say that of black-owned funeral homes in the city of Oakland. CP Bannon is not one of them. Stop saying that ish. Stop telling everybody that ish. They are owned by a corporation. You have Foucher's, where I'm employed. You have McNary, and you have Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson has owned Thompson's Funeral Home since 1443. It's been in the same place since 1443. I believe Mr. Thompson has a pact with the Lord that he can wear pork chops and have his face on a fan and still look the same as he did in 1443. And I love Mr. Thompson. I got my start there, so I'll never say anything bad about Mr. Thompson. I love CP Bannon. I love the people that work at CP Bannon, but CP Bannon is not Black owned. If you are going to CP Bannon, you are going because you like CP Bannon. You are not putting money back into the Black community. They are owned by a corporation that is not in this state. I just want to let y'all know that. And I'm not mad at CP Bannon. They are a kick-ass funeral home. Love everybody over there. Would recommend it. But you're not supporting Black business by going to CP Bannon. Just want to let y'all know that.
And we don't have any Black funeral homes, Black-owned funeral homes in San Francisco, I don't think. No, because Bryan Mortuary is now like an apartment building almost. They moved the big house next to Bryan Mortuary. So, yeah. So, and everybody goes
and
to Duggins, but
the one
Duggins
other Black,
is not owned by Black people either.
Right. And the one other Black funeral home that's not in Oakland is Harris Funeral Home in Berkeley. So you go there, come to Foucher's, Mr. Thompson. Again, 1443. That's how long he's been there, and he's gonna be there another 2,075 years. I promise.
He still look the same. I'm like, this man don't age. Like, what vitamins you take, bruh?
Mr. Thompson done buried everybody in the city of Oakland 4 times.
Wow.
The two people in Oakland that are in the funeral business that are never going to die.
He said, what about Baker? Baker is not Black owned.
Mr. Thompson and Miss Smiley. They're not going anywhere. They're just not. No, Baker is not Black owned. Right. Baker used to be, but it is not.
No.
It is not. If you are,
it's not Baker. Isn't it something called something else now?
It's Baker Prado.
And then the other one is Continental.
Continental. They are not Black owned.
No,
they are not.
Nope.
My man Lenny has he has McNary, Morgan, Green, Jackson, Fredrickson, Jacobson, and all the other 75 names that go along with that funeral home. But no, McNary, Morgan, Green, Jackson. And again, there's Foucher's and there's Thompson's. But there isn't anybody else. CP Bannon is not one of them. Corporation. Same people that own CP Bannon own Fuller Funerals.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do know that. Mm-hmm. And while we're talking about funerals, y'all make sure y'all get y'all some life insurance. Okay. Yes. It don't cost that much. If you need somebody, there is Miss Sheila Tyson. She is on Facebook. Look her up.
Yes.
Miss Sheila Tyson. And if you know somebody who sells life insurance, you can put their name in the comments and I will highlight it on the screen. But y'all need to get life insurance. It does not cost a lot of money.
And Antoine Miller.
Oh, okay. Pastor Antoine Miller, he sells life insurance as well.
If you guys need pre-needs, Mrs. Candace Johnson. Foucher's. Okay. She sells pre-needs. Let me give you an idea of what a pre-need can do for you. We recently had a service where a man did a pre-need back in the late 90s, and he passed away just recently. He saved nearly $3,000. He saved about $3,000. Mm-hmm. And that's because he had locked in that price back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And even though he died damn near 30 years later, he still had that price locked in. Mm-hmm. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to live 40 more years, if you're in your 40s and you think you're going to live another 40 years, that's fine. Just make sure you're taken care of on the back end.
Yeah,
That way, nobody else has to do it for you.
you're absolutely right. Because when my mom's late husband passed away, we had locked in some stuff at the funeral home. Um, when the doctors said that it was,
Right.
it was time for
Right.
him to go. And so we ran to the funeral home and locked in the price. He lived years after. So when he passed away, of course, that casket that we picked out was no longer around, but they had to give us more for that price.
Right.
So yes, lock it in. But yeah, get you some life insurance. If you have a credit union, check with your credit union.
Hmm.
I'm at the credit union. I pay uh $18 a month. They take it automatically out my account. And that goes along with another policy I've had since 1993, since Bree was born.
Right.
So if you have AAA, they offer, and make sure you get whole life. Don't get term. Get that whole life. Get that whole life. Don't get that term. Get that whole life. Term is a little cheaper. But get that whole life. Um, who else has it? AAA. Uh, yeah, I'm 52, about to be 52. The brain don't work like it used to. But y'all look into some life insurance, like seriously. Very, very important. Very, very important because let's see. Hold on, let me see. What are we saying here? Right. The GoFundMe is not life insurance, y'all. It is not life insurance.
Yes.
GoFundMe
Right.
is not life insurance. So, very, very important. We're gonna talk about that every show. I'm gonna say, get you some life insurance, get you some life insurance.
Right.
Very important.
Right.
Like for real,
And
because we
and
don't know the day nor the hour. We all we all have a date with death, and we just
and
don't know what day it is.
and burial insurance. Speaking of that, because burials cost damn near as much as funerals do now. Rolling Hills is expensive, and it's because everybody goes there. And I love Rolling Hills. I love the people at Rolling Hills. I have family. I have a lot of family buried at Rolling
Me
Hills,
too.
but Rolling Hills is expensive. And I'm not telling you to say, well, go somewhere else. I'm telling you to say, just take care of it now so you don't have to later. Because if those of us that are in our 40s and early 50s live another 40 and 50 years, which some of us are, if it's 8,000 now, what do you think it's going to be in 50 years?
Right.
Lock it in now. Lock your whatever you have. I don't care if you want to be spit out under a tree. Whatever it costs. If it costs $5 to do that, pay the $5 now.
Right.
Just pay it and take care of it. That way you don't have to worry about anything later on.
Right. Now the funeral home, I mean the cemetery we went to when the family never showed up. That's a cheaper cemetery, right?
Oakdale. Oakdale.
Is that a
Yes, it
cheaper
is.
one? Because
Yeah,
it's further
it
out,
is.
right?
It is. It was when I was working at Whitted, it was about a little over, it was like 24, 20, about 2,400. And that was a burial and a headstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's an hour and a half out, but
Yeah.
it's a nice cemetery. I like the people out there. It's
And
just
your family ain't gonna drive out there.
right. It's just a drive.
It's the ride, a
It's
long
it's it's,
ride in the
it's
summer when it's hot and you don't have no AC in the hearse.
but I'll tell y'all something. If you want to know something crazy or different about that cemetery, there is a man out there uh, who is laid to rest in his limousine.
Mm-hmm.
He is laid to rest in his limousine. They have pictures to prove it. I know where the man is buried. I'm not going to call out his name because somebody might be watching.
Right.
But yeah, he is laid to rest in his limousine, chilling in the back seat
Mm, mm, mm,
in his limousine.
mm, mm, mm.
I don't know if there's a diamond in the back and the sunroof top, but he, He is eternally digging in the scene with a gangster lean in his white limo.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So, people in the comments, are you all going to church on Sunday or are you staying at home doing family stuff? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to be. My plan is to go to church. The Niners play on Saturday, so I'll be at Levi's Saturday. So I really don't have an excuse. But my plan is to go.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be in church on
You
Sunday.
need to be. Um,
I know you ain't.
you need to be. You need to be for both of us. Praise the Lord. Um,
Church first, going to church. See, yep.
yeah, all of y'all,
Going to church.
all of y'all need to go to church. Y'all do.
You need to be the first one at the church, Deacon. Okay.
I'm in church every day. Praise God.
Let me tell y'all what this man did to me. Let me tell y'all what
My
this
my
man did to me. So we
my soul is anchored in the Lord.
you are a we went to the baseball game. We took my son to the baseball game. And Mr. Lewis had on a full suit, y'all, with suspenders at the baseball game. So I was like, thank you, Pastor.
That's my normal outfit. Not the suspenders though.
But wait, we at the game. You could have had on some sneakers, a sweatsuit. You had on a full. So I was like, thank you, Pastor, for inviting us to the game. He was like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I was like, oh, Pastor, we had such a great time at the
Y'all some haters. But see, I wouldn't be me if I had something else on.
I know, I know. You wear suits all the time. So when I see you in regular clothes, I'll be looking for you. Like, where you at? Because I'm not used to seeing you in nothing but a suit.
True story. There have been times where I go to A's games without a suit on. I have had ushers who I know who I worked with not recognize me.
Mm-hmm.
I go down there to speak to some players and they don't recognize me. And they'll ask, where's your suit? I feel like wearing a suit today.
Because that's how, I remember I saw you on the news one time. This was a few years ago. I was
Uh-huh.
still living in Alameda. You had your hat on,
Yeah.
full suit on at the game. The camera was on. Y'all was like, this nut.
I was probably coming from work though.
Yeah, okay.
I probably was. I mean, that's what I do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What other
Hmm.
huh?
Go ahead.
What other topics you got written down over there?
Well, you know, people who, I just want to say this, people who still have, excuse me, their parents still alive, uh, find a way, find a way, pray about it and find a way to reconnect if there's some type of disconnection.
Correct.
Find a way to reconnect. I'm not saying you got to do, and y'all got to be chump. Find a way to reconnect because the void that I feel in my life, I wouldn't want anyone to feel that void. So I know a lot of people who don't talk to their parents for whatever reason. Well, I don't like my mom because this, I don't like my dad because of this, and he did this to me and she did that to me. At some point, at some point, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just throwing this out there. Try to reconnect somehow, some way. Try to reconnect. The Bible tells us to honor our fathers and our mothers so that our days may be long. That's what the Bible says, right? So my dad died in 1990. So I went through my young adult years up till now without my father. That's like trip because I was a daddy's girl. People think I was a mama's girl. No, I was a daddy's girl growing up. I was a daddy's girl. So I think there should be a way for you to reconnect. Some way, somehow. Pray about it first and let God show you how to reconnect with that parent. Because once that parent is gone, that void is like, oh, it's just a horrible feeling. Sometimes I don't even want to get out of bed. Dad died in January 21st, February 21st, 1990. Mom died January 27th, 2021. So I've had to live all these years without dad. My mom remarried, had a wonderful husband who loved me like his daughter. I call him Pops. He died in this same house, in the room that I sleep in.
With a starter jacket.
Stop it. He died in 1995. We just had the anniversary of his passing on the 16th of December. So I'm just saying, find a way to reconnect. I ain't telling you what to do, but just find a way to reconnect with your parents. Find a way to reconnect with your parents because once they're gone, that's it. That's it. I'll never forget. And I'm kicking myself to this day because when I was a senior in high school, I wanted to go to senior prom. My dad.
They had proms back then?
Whatever. When I wanted to go to prom because I was a senior. That's what we all do. You go to prom. Get dressed up, you get pretty, get your nails done, all that, go to prom. My mama said, well, I can't afford. You got to call your daddy. My dad was living in New Orleans, Louisiana at the time, down Louisiana at the time. She said, call your dad and tell him to send some money so you can get your prom clothes. So I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to prom. I got the grades. Because if your grades wasn't good, you couldn't go to prom. That was the rules at the school. My grades was good, of course, because I played sports, so they had to be good. So I called my dad, said, I'm going to prom. He was like, okay. He was like, who you going with? You ain't going with no boy, are you? I was like, yeah, Daddy, I'm coming out there. I'm taking you to prom. I was like, no, you not. He's like, yes, I am. I was like, no, you not. He was like, then I ain't sending you no money then. And I was like, well, fine then. So then my mom came up with a way and she got my dress made and everything. And I was mad at my dad because my mom had to struggle to send me to my senior prom. I was cute, but she had to struggle and send me to prom. And he said he wasn't going to send me no money. You better not take no boy to prom. And I'm like, well, who else am I going to go with, Dad? I'm supposed to take a boy to prom. And so I didn't talk to my dad. So then a dad called me. It was getting close to like Thanksgiving that year, 1989. He said, I want you to come spend Thanksgiving with me. I said, no, I'm not coming down there. You wouldn't send me no money for prom. Down there. So I want to have Thanksgiving here. It's cold out there. I don't want to come down there. And I didn't go. Christmas Day of 1989, my dad suffered a stroke. And I remember calling him. I was at the youth convention that we used to go to right after Christmas. Went to the youth convention and went to the youth convention and I kept calling. My mother gave me a calling card. There weren't no cell phones back then. She gave me a calling card. So I kept trying to call and I couldn't get my dad. I'm like,
hella old.
Shut up.
You hella old.
With the calling card in the payphone.
In the payphone.
In the payphone. Yes, you put the calling card information in the payphone.
What's a payphone?
Whatever. Don't act like you young. You old too. You right behind me. So
I'm about 6 blocks behind you, and still you
whatever,
talking about payphone.
whatever, whatever, whatever. So I kept calling. Dad wouldn't answer. So then I came back from convention, and then I get a call from his wife that uh telling me that my dad had had a stroke. And I was like, well, why nobody didn't tell me that? When I would call the house, they would just say, he not here. Why y'all didn't tell me? But anyways, so I left January and I spent from January. Okay, Allison, thank you for joining me. Um, um, I spent almost the whole entire month of January with my dad at my dad's bedside, with my older sister out there and everything. And then as soon as I get back, dad decides to pass. So I just say that to say reconnect. Somehow try to reconnect with your parents. Because to this day, I wish I would have went and spent Thanksgiving. And that was back in 1989. This is 2022. And I'm like, dang, you know, but try to reconnect. Um, maybe he said or she said some things, your parents said something to you that you didn't like, or did some things that you think they should not have done, or whatever the case may
Had
be.
sex and made you the ugly being that you are. Oh,
Oh my God. Help, Deacon.
I
Help
mean,
yourself.
hell, some people mad at their parents for that. Y'all pretty selves got together and made me, and now I'm ugly, and I can't do nothing about it. I'd
You
be mad too.
you are horrible. You are a horrible person. I cannot stand you.
And you just gonna be ugly all your life. They walking around, he handsome, she pretty, and you just ugly, and you got to wear that.
Oh my God, Perk, you are cutting up. Talking about, don't you have that picture you and Rhonda? So Perk, that was my junior prom, and that was her senior prom. Rhonda's a year ahead of me in school.
But
So
to
that's what
to
you saw.
to piggyback,
That's
to
when we were
piggyback,
skinty. That's when we were skinty. That's when I was a buck 05 and I had a waistline.
ooh,
Now I'm trying to find my waistline.
that
That's
was
okay. It's
that was
coming
when
back.
Bonanza was still on.
Whatever.
That was when Bonanza was still on. But
But yeah, just
to
please, I mean, just pray about it.
mhm.
Just pray about it. Reconnect, try to reconnect with your parents, because the void is like, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. I really don't. Like, I eat because I like to eat and I know I have to eat to survive. But if, yeah, I ain't depressed or nothing like that. I just miss my mom.
Right.
I just miss her. You know,
And
I miss my dad too. Don't get me wrong. I miss my dad too. And I miss my pops as well, because he was right in this house too. So,
and
um,
to piggyback what you're saying, for me, from a professional standpoint, um, you can have all the time in the world you want to in that room, be it the hospital room or down at the funeral home or even in that chapel or at the church.
mhm.
Unfortunately, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but they can't hear you.
Yep.
You're getting it out,
Yeah.
but you're having a one-way conversation. You might as well be talking to a mirror because they can't hear you.
Mhm.
Even if they can, which we know they can't react to you. You are shouting and spraying and saying empty words into a casket. If you have an opportunity to make something right, especially as it pertains to your parents,
Mhm.
make it right.
Yep.
I don't care if you guys just agree to disagree and you don't want to talk to them ever again, but you guys straighten it out, talk it out. You might be surprised at what happens because tomorrow isn't promised. Uh, hell, the very second isn't promised. I don't know how many of you guys are football fans, but Franco Harris passed away this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Franco Harris was on the radio yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a big lead up to the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. He was getting his number retired this weekend. As far as everybody knows, he was fine. I mean, he was on the radio yesterday. He was on ESPN. He was laughing, joking, having a good time. 72 years old. And something happened between last night and this morning, and now he's not here. It doesn't matter what the cause was or is or could have been, he's not here now. And the same thing can happen to us with our parents. We often say, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Yes, you did. Because every day that you lived, that you could have picked up the phone and just said, hey, mom, dad, you know what? Whatever the hell we're going through, let's squash it. We have an opportunity to do that. We have
Yeah.
an opportunity to do that with friends, with family, with anybody. And if we don't take that opportunity and then they're not here, what? You gonna
Yeah.
talk to them next time staring at a headstone, looking at some grass,
Right.
or at a wall, or at an urn, or at your
Right.
necklace?
Right. And that's why, I thank God for the reconnection with my sister Teresa.
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
mean, nobody, I mean, it's no secret. She and I didn't talk for a long time.
Right.
We didn't talk for a long time. We traveled for the first time ever in October. And we had a wonderful time. We went to Las Vegas and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. That was our first time ever traveling together. We had a good old grand time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going on vacation again next month at the end of the month. If Lord says the same, I got some coins I'm going to cash in that I've been saving. And you laughing, but I'm dead serious because I
I
ain't,
know
I'm broke.
you two
So
old, you two old ladies. It's
I'm
y'all
gonna,
go to
I'm gonna
Denny's.
cash my coins in, and we going
Hey,
to we going to Reno.
y'all don't believe that hype. They going to Sacramento to go to Denny's. That's a road trip for them. They'll
Oh,
be back by
Chloe,
5 o'clock.
Denny's. Ugh.
They'll be back by 5 o'clock. They don't believe the hype. Do not believe the hype. They going to Cash Creek. They going to that. They not even going to gamble. They going to the casino just to eat. And they coming back. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't
You
believe
are
that.
funny. You are funny. You
Y'all
are
don't
funny. Yes. So
I don't
I
believe that.
mean, I do have another sister, the one that gave me the blues. And I just pray for her. That's all I can do
Mhm.
is just pray for her. Perkins is upset, y'all. Perkins is upset when we going to eat since people went and had crab the other day. Hey, it's my birthday month. I celebrate. I celebrate all month. I keep telling y'all that. That's right. Wait, they got crab at Cash Creek on Fridays? Hold on. I know they got it at Thunder. Well, they used to have it at Thunder Valley. They got it at Cash Creek. Don't play. Don't play. Let me know.
These the
Let me
same
know.
these the same old folks that would still go to Piper's if it was open. I got you, Perk. I got you, man.
No, I love crab. I love crab. Anybody would tell you I love crab.
You
So it's
find a
my
lot of them in
birthday
the
month. So
Tenderloin.
if people want to treat me to crab, let's go. Who wants to? Who's next? Who
You
got
can
next?
find a lot of them in the Tenderloin.
I can't stand you.
There's a lot of crabs in the Tenderloin. A lot
I
of them.
can't stand you right now.
A lot of
Who got
crabs in the
next?
Tenderloin.
Who
A
got
lot of
next?
dirty needles. A lot of maggots. A lot of all kind of stuff in the
You
TL.
know what? I cannot stand you.
Or as Dave Chappelle said, I've walked through the Tenderloin. It ain't nothing tender about the Tenderloin.
I can't stand you right now. But yeah, so back to this original thing about connecting with your parents. please, people,
Yes.
pray about it. Pray, pray, pray about it. And then the last thing that I'm really been concerned about is is people who are in abusive relationships. And I'm not talking about relationships where you're getting abuse. Being in an abusive relationship does not mean that the person is actually putting their hands on you, because verbal abuse is more hurtful than physical. So, if you're out there and you are in an abusive relationship, pray about it and exit stage left before it's too late, especially if you have children, because it harms the children. Some people stay because of the kids. And from my own personal experience, that's the wrong thing to do. The wrong thing to do. So, um, that's just a little concern of mine. I don't want to go deep into that, because it's not, um, we don't have enough time to talk about it. But yeah, so yeah.
I want to talk about self real quick. We always rush to help everybody else. I'm going to say this, and I want you guys to listen loud and clear. You are not doing anybody any good if you do not take care of yourself first. I'm not talking about just eating and brushing your teeth and showering and all that stuff. I'm talking about literally taking care of yourself. It is okay to put yourself first. If there are things that you want to do, regardless of what people around you are saying, doing, what type of direction they are trying to pull you in, I can't say what I want to say, but forget them. It is okay to do what you want to do or what you need to do in order to function.
Mm-hmm.
You have to,
Yep.
because your ass will still, you'll be dead and they'll still be doing what they do.
Yep. And
I
bring it
mean,
to your
literally,
funeral. Bring the other person
I
to
mean,
your
right. I mean, literally dead. You will be
funeral.
up there at Foucher's dead, and everybody will be talking about, oh, they gave self, they did this, they did that. Take time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If
Very
people are
important.
if people are reliant upon you hand and foot, if you have their balls in your hand like that, make them wait sometimes. It's okay. You don't have to drive everybody everywhere. You don't have to jump up because people want you to do something. What are they going to do? Hell, they're waiting on you. You go to a bus stop and the bus is 20 minutes out. You don't run down the street to try to catch it faster. You sit there and wait. So they have to wait. Oh, well, if they don't like it, tell them to get a car. Tell them to get a license. Hell, tell them to go find somebody else who give them a ride. All I'm saying to you is it's nice to help people. It is a great thing to help people. But you cannot be of service to others if you do not take care of the person you see in the mirror every day.
You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I've neglected myself. Yeah, trying to help other people. You're absolutely right.
Don't do it.
You're talking to me.
Don't
You're
do it.
absolutely right. I mean, you're absolutely right. So,
If you don't, and if you think I'm playing, it's okay. You'll be getting a ride in the back of a gray, black, or a white coach.
mm-hmm,
People have tried it. Everybody tries it.
mm-hmm,
Ain't nobody won that game yet, and they're not going to, because
right.
you wear yourself down.
Yeah.
You wear yourself down, and before you wear yourself down physically, you have worn yourself down emotionally,
Mm-hmm,
and you don't know it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. And best believe I don't care about your color. I don't care about your age. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care how handsome you are. I don't care what kind of car you drive, what house you live in, who you know, friends on Facebook, Instagram, jobs, etc. Suicide is not a game, and it is on the rise
Mm-hmm.
because people truly believe they have no other way out
Mm-hmm.
because they have run themselves down. I mean, some people have issues, but they have run themselves down emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen to anybody. It doesn't,
Right.
it's not because you have trillions of dollars. It's not because you broke. People are committing suicide every day and they're not telling people they're getting ready to do it.
Right. All ages, though. You got kids that are committing suicide because they're being bullied in
Absolutely.
school,
Yes.
because the schools now don't do nothing about the bullies. They don't do
No.
nothing. When my son was in school, they didn't. They said, if you want to talk to the parent, you have to go find the parent yourself and talk to them. So I said, okay, that's all right. I got a group of kids that's gonna come take care. If y'all can't do what
Right.
y'all supposed to do, then we gonna handle it our way.
Yeah. Because that's what we grew up with.
Man, come on.
If you God rest his soul, but if you had told your brother that some boys especially were bullying you, he would have handled it. He
Yeah.
would have handled it. And he would have handled it his way. However they handled it back in the day, they would have handled it.
So yeah, that's, I mean, and I'm just gonna go piggyback on what I was saying about the bullying parents. Talk, make sure your kids are okay. Have a conversation with your kids and make sure they are okay, especially with a lot of kids being online and stuff like that. I saw something on the news the other day that really disturbed me. I guess some guy was pretending to be a girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw that. That brother.
Yes, was
Yeah,
pretending to be a girl, and the boy was sending pictures or whatever to him and found out
yeah.
it was so
So
sad.
what did you read the whole story?
No, I just saw what I saw on the
Okay.
news.
So what happened was he was pretending to be a girl. He was asking the guy to send him pictures of his face and his private parts
Mhm.
because so I was like, well, why do you need his face? If you're getting that, he turned it around and started blackmailing him.
Ask because he wanted to get money, right?
Right.
Or yeah.
And he
Mhm.
told him, he said, I don't have like $1,000 or whatever it was. He told him, he said, well, if you send me $150, I won't do such and such. So the kid sent him $150.
Mhm.
After he sent him the $150, he started asking for more money.
Mhm.
Then the guy said to him, he said, well, if you send me your, I guess, Instagram password, then such and such. Kid complied. Then he threatened to put it on Instagram and send him, unless he send him more money. Well, the kid felt he had no other recourse than to kill himself.
Yep. Yep.
And they caught the fool
Yep.
because you're doing ish on computers and
Right.
they got IP
IP
addresses,
address. Yes.
dummy. But yeah, I mean, I see man every day,
Mhm.
and I mean, I know where he is 98.9 and 3/4% of the time. He's
Mhm.
at Mount Eden. Shout out to the Monarchs.
Boo.
Yes.
Nah.
Shout out to the Monarchs in the world. Yes, sir. Class of
Boo.
9-5 all day long. But I know where he is.
Mhm.
But being that these children now are far more technologically advanced and savvy than we were at their age,
Mhm.
I still have to ask him, hey, what's up, dude? You all right? Because, you know, I'm close to the principal and the teachers and faculty at the school.
Because you're there every day.
I know.
You
I'm
do
I'm
all
there.
the game.
Look, I'm there now
Number
just as much.
12. Foul on number 12.
Right, right. Hey, he does announcements at the school.
Oh, wow.
He
Okay.
does school announcements.
Look at my
Craziest thing ever.
godson following after his daddy. Wow.
Great. Craziest thing ever. He does the announcements at school. You know, so it's funny because when I walk into the gym, the kids are like, "Hey, Kamari's dad," and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm the public address announcer. I'm not his dad. What the hell?"
Kamari's dad. I'm not Kamari's dad. No, I'm not only Kamari's dad. I am the announcer for all the games.
Hey, well, when one of the teachers asked me, they was like, "Hey, do you want to my child goes to this school?" I'm like, "Hell no. I'm an alumni. To hell with that kid. What about me? I don't go to the same school he went to. He goes to the same school I went to."
Fix that.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Get the hell out of here. Bull.
But I'm glad that you're active at the school, though, so that you can see what's going on. And see, that's my concern. My grandson's supposed to start school soon. And I'm really concerned because I'm like, dang, do I got to put a hairnet on and be the cafeteria lady so I can see what's going on with my grandson? Like, I'm really nervous.
So you want to watch him bully other kids and steal people's hats?
He not going to bully no kid. Oh, Bree said that you the lunch lady too.
He the junior. Okay. All right. Well, when little San Francisco Debo over there, he got you on People's Court every weekend, we're gonna see who the lunch lady is.
Yeah, but I'm really concerned because it's different now. Like I remember one teacher, I kept telling my son, and I hope he don't mind me saying this, just this brief part, when he was in school and somebody was bothering him, I said, yeah, you need to tell the teacher what's going on because I teach. Okay, tell the teacher, and if the teacher don't do nothing, then you go to plan B. So he told the teacher, she was like, oh, he's just trying to be your friend. No. I told her, I said, listen, my son don't come to school to make friends. He comes to school to get education. So he ain't. So yeah, just parents after Christmas break, just communicate cool, better with your children. Not saying that you're not, but just make sure that they are okay because there's a lot of things going on. Watch them on the computers. Look at the little girl with the little cop man that came and killed up the family down in, was that Southern California somewhere?
Right.
You got to watch your kids on the computer and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm just nervous, like real nervous about my grandson starting school. Like, do I need to get an office job there or what? If I be a parent volunteer, I don't know. Bree probably gonna have to be the parent volunteer. I can't handle all them kids.
She's gonna be too busy making cookies.
She gonna make cookies for the school. That's what you could do. So you could be at the school. You can make cookies for the school. She could be the cookie lady. Didn't think about that. But yeah, so I mean, I don't really have nothing else that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to come on. I'm so glad that we was able to do this.
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do it like first week of the 2023 if the Lord say the same.
That's fine. We can come back on and say Happy New Year to people and all that good stuff. I'm just glad to be back, that we're back on. I'm really trying to decide if I'm going to try to look for work. I don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I'm just going to pray. I'm going to keep praying, but I've been trusting in God, and I just feel like I've done over and above. I've done everything that the Lord has told me to do. He ain't failed me yet. I'm human. So I get a little like, okay, God, what, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. I ain't gonna miss a meal, as long as Mr. Lewis is going to I'm sorry.
Lois
the pie queen. I ain't gonna miss a meal because I'll be like, bring me some grits and pork chops.
Y'all, speaking of Black owned, y'all get over to Lois the Pie Queen. 60th and Adeline. Owner is Corey Jackson. Well, the firm,
Corey.
Mount Eden graduate. You go check out Lois the Pie Queen. Go check it out. 60th and Adeline. I'm in there all the time. Great place to have some breakfast. Reverend Dr. the Honorable Reverend Dr. Antoine Lamar Miller. Yes,
Miller,
sir.
Miller, we called you out about insurance, which we always talk about life insurance. So there he is.
Yes.
Pastor Antoine L. Miller. He sells life insurance. So y'all can hit him up. Get some insurance, y'all. Very important. We're gonna talk about that
And it,
forever.
and and
Insurance.
his cigar game is strong.
Cigar game.
So to so no. Um I would, but I'm gonna be on the service tomorrow. I really would, but I'm gonna be on the service. But so to recap what we discussed, brothers and sisters, please pray for, of course, as we used to say in church, the sick and shut in. Uh, pray for the homeless. Pray for those who are out there, but their minds are in other places. Um, pray for Miss Carla. Pray for our Black businesses, and let's support our Black businesses and know which businesses we support are actually Black businesses. Let's support our churches and our pastors. Let's support one another. Men and women, brothers and sisters, please support yourself, meaning take care of yourself. Check in with your kids, not just periodically. Check in with them all the time. Doesn't matter if they get tired of it, want to close the door in your face. When they get to be 30 and 40 and 50, they will appreciate it. I promise you, because I'm one of them. And speaking of parents checking on your kids, love your parents. For those of us who still have one or both of our parents, make sure you hug them, tell them that you love them, even if you don't mean it. but raid mama or daddy's refrigerator as much as you can for as long as you can, if they allow it.
And listen to them. Listen to
Listen,
them.
listen to them. Um,
Even if they seem to be repeating themselves over and over again.
hey,
And pay attention. Let me say this. Pay attention. Our parents, your parents are getting older. I should say our parents. Your parents are getting older.
right,
Pay attention to their health signs. Pay attention to if they're taking medication. Pay attention to the medication that they are taking, because guess what, you guys? The medications that are being prescribed to us are not necessarily for us, and it's doing damage to other organs in our within our body. So learn about the medications that your parents or even yourself learn about those medications.
yes.
I'm telling
Bree,
you, from
Bree,
experience, learn
Bree,
about those medications.
Bree, June, get the number to Shady Pines. Give her, ask about 2 or 3 weeks. She stopped doing what she's supposed to. Shady Pines, Shady Pines. Call me if you need the number. Shady Pines. Just send her there. They're all over the place. There's a bunch of Shady Pines everywhere. You can still visit her. You can have lunch with her. You can feed her Jello, all that.
But I'm not taking, and this is a true story. So they gave me some medication the last time I went to the doctors. My doctor told me to take this medication. I was like, yeah, okay. So I went and picked it up,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't take it, right? Was watching the news. Y'all know anything they talk about medicine, I'm gonna be listening like, huh? What? That same that same exact medication that they prescribed to me, they're saying on the news it's being recalled. Don't take it. My doctor has not reached out to me to this day and said, Carla, don't stop taking the medicine. It's still on my list of medications, but they have not told me to stop taking that medication, but I never took it. So I'm like, what? Just like after I had my stroke in 2011, they told me take a baby aspirin every day. A low dose, 81 milligram. That's a low dose. Take it every day. I've been taking it every day, right? When I go to the doctor, she said, "Oh no, stop taking it." Why? Why now do you want me to stop taking a low dose aspirin? So spirits say, don't listen to them because they want me to stop taking it as if they want something else to happen to me if I stop
Right.
taking it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm just like, no, I'm not listening to y'all. So the blood pressure medicine that they prescribed to me is still on my medication list. But the news had the thing on there saying, don't take that medication because this and this and this can happen to you.
Right.
So check your parents' medication, check your medication, whatever. Study up, educate yourself on what you need to take, and all that kind of stuff. Because some of these, and I ain't talking bad about nobody, but some of these practicing physicians, they're practicing on us, trying to see if it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm just saying.
Oh, and parents, in addition to checking on your kids and making sure they're okay, support them. If they are involved in anything outside of school, any kind of club, uh, in sport, any endeavor that they're involved in, that's a positive endeavor, support them. Not just patting them on the back and saying, hey, good job. Find out what they're doing. Try to be a part of it as much as you can. It makes a difference. When the
Mhm.
kids know that you're engaged and that you care, they will tend to care more, and it might open a door for them to share more with you because they know that you're actively involved.
Right.
It makes all the difference in the world. Um, Moving along, I'm going to close, give Miss Carla the last word. Um, Husbands, love your wife, like your girlfriend, but love your wife.
Oh my God, you are terrible.
Wives,
You are terrible.
love your husband. You can like your boyfriend, but love your husband. If you love your wife and you love your husband, you won't want to spend any time with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Love your husband, love your wife. Love one another. If you two love each other, there'll be no room for anybody else. Don't let anybody don't let anybody who did not get married along with you in the same ceremony be in your relationship either.
Sneaky links.
If they if they didn't say I do along with you, they don't need to know what's going on in your house. You don't have to have everybody involved, but love your husband, love your wife. Because if you don't, there are men and women out there who will do it. I'm telling you. Miss Carla,
You are
you got the last
absolutely
word.
right. Nah, I mean, what can I say after that? That was strong. That was powerful. That was just yeah. I just want to thank everybody for being a part tonight, and um, like Mr. Lewis said early on, make sure you take care of yourself. Um, and that's something that I'm really working on is taking better care of me because I've been taking care of everybody else for the last few years. So yeah, take better care of yourself. And and so yeah, that's it. Take better care of yourselves. Like I said earlier, reconnect with your parents, please. By you'll be blessed. That's all I can say. You will be blessed.
And
Reconnect
and
with
to you, I know I mentioned the husband and wife. To you single parents out there, men and women, keep doing what you're doing. Somebody recognizes you. We love you. We see you. We know what hard work you're putting in. Just keep doing what you're doing. I promise you it'll work out in the end. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep digging. Keep finding a way to get it done. The Lord sees you. He looks out for his own. He always has. He always will. So through the tears, through the pain, stay positive. Keep doing what you're doing. It'll work out in the end. I
Yep.
promise
Shout out to the single fathers that I know. Juan Forte, Mr. Lewis right here. You guys are doing an awesome job raising your sons. Awesome job. Juan Forte, if he's still on here.
you. Yes, sir. Big
And
Ron.
Mr. Lewis over here, my best friend, who is a single father as well. You know, single fathers, I applaud you. Single mothers, I applaud you too because I was one. My kids grown, but just because they grown don't mean I don't still parent them. So don't never stop parenting your children. I don't care how old they get. My daughter's
No,
almost 30 and I still
Bree,
parent her.
Bree
Okay.
is 58 years old and you still her parent. So I love you for it.
My son is 22 and I still parent them. And my kids respect me and I thank God for my kids. If y'all didn't know it, you know it now. I thank God for my kids. I love my kids. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy.
And Bree don't look a day over 93. I love you, Bree.
I thank God for my kids because, you know, we are a team. We work together. We pick up the slack for one another. If I don't have, here come my son, here come my daughter. If my daughter don't have, here come my son, here come myself. My son, he always have. Nah, but we pick up for him too. We do things for him too, to make sure that he's okay. But I thank you guys for
and Junior's godfathers show are hungry, but we'll talk about that later.
Junior's godfathers have been invited, y'all. Now, y'all listen, everybody that's listening. I have invited them over. This was what, last year? Earlier this year? I invited them to come over because if you see my pictures on Facebook, I love to fry fish. I could fry up to 3 different types of fish on most occasions. I do bassa, snapper, and catfish. Most of the time, it's just snapper and bassa. Of late, it's just been bassa. But they're supposed to come over and have fish and dirty rice. They love my dirty rice. They both had dirty rice. And Pastor Perkins, has been fussing about my fish, but they were supposed to come over. I call them the godfathers. Those are my son's godfathers. They're supposed to come over and eat, and they ain't showed up yet. And we're at the end of the year. And they think I'm gonna cook next week. Nah, next week is my official birthday week.
No, we don't.
I ain't cooking nothing next week, okay? Y'all need to come pick me up and take me out for crab. How about that?
I'll get you an Uber. I'll go to Safeway and get you some Gordon's Fisherman crab.
Whatever.
Remember Gordon's Fisherman?
Shantae, she'll come over. Y'all need to just quit playing and let's make it happen next month.
Is Perk still on?
Yes, he is.
Hey, Perk, a real woman would bring us the food. I missed them days.
You about to be cut up on.
Perk, I missed them days. Where they would look out for the man and they would bring it to him. We out working and slaving and working our fingers to the bone, and they want us to come get it. But we'll pray for him, Perk. We'll pray for him, Reverend.
Yeah, okay. Y'all got excuses.
My leg bracelet won't let me come out that far, so you're gonna have to meet me halfway. Just meet me at the bridge.
Yeah, okay. If I do, don't tell nobody.
I told you I got warrants. Just meet me in West Oakland. Behind the old post office at about midnight.
Right, Shantae, tell them we work too. That's right. I'm not sitting at home twiddling my fingers.
Tell her she can't come on no more. you ain't invited to the next podcast.
January. Y'all better show up in January.
We're gonna show up in January.
All right. Now I'm gonna talk about y'all like a dog.
No.
So the next time I make it, if y'all haven't had any I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna talk about y'all and I'm gonna like eat it all in y'all face.
You
What?
gonna be 52. You gonna forget. So I ain't worried about that.
Okay. Whatever.
But yeah,
Whatever.
we will be coming to you next year. We wish you all the best for the new year. Uh Raider fans, I know you'll be watching because hell, y'all ain't got nothing else to watch. So yeah, I expect to see a lot of Raider fans watching our podcast. Lord knows you'll have nothing else to watch. You
Leave
don't
them Raider
have
fans alone.
y'all ain't got y'all Warrior fans, y'all ain't got nothing to watch. Y'all ain't been had nothing to watch. Did y'all
Wow.
watch that tail beating y'all got tonight? Even though I know you guys are hurt, so I know the Warriors will be back. But the Raiders, on the other hand, they just gone. Raiders like the Greyhound bus station in Oakland. They just closed and abandoned.
Wait a minute. So it is closed down?
Yeah, it's closed. It's closed. I drive past it every day. It's closed.
There's a huge homeless encampment across the street still, or did they move them?
They moved around the corner, but they're still there. They're still there. They're still there.
I did not know it closed down.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what they're going to put there. Probably some more expensive, affordable. There's no such thing as affordable
Right.
housing in the Bay Area. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well,
Maybe some pastor who don't have a church home will open it and there'll be 5 members in there and they can use the building.
I can't stand you right now.
You can get your Facebook views on in the old bus station.
I can't stand you right now.
I mean,
I can't stand you right now. But a lot of the smaller churches, well, let me leave that alone. That's for a whole nother show. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year, Kwanzaa, and whatever else holiday I done forgot. Shout out to Too Short for getting the street named after him.
If that's the case, I mean, I'm gonna look into how you get a street named after you.
You gotta
I'm
pay
really
for
gonna
it.
look into that.
You can pay
Huh?
for it. Why you gonna name a street after me?
You almost made me say something. Absolutely not. You don't deserve it.
They should name Carla Anderson Projects. Uh,
Don't have me click you off.
whatever. So Perk, we're gonna have to make up a time so we can go over there and so we can eat, and then we can do something, a podcast talking about her.
Y'all could do it right here in this house. I got the hookup. We could do it right here in this house. Let's go. Don't be scared. Come on over. Come on down. Come on
As
down. Fill your stomachs up. Give you some wonderful dessert. Keep talking smack.
I didn't say nothing.
I know how to make your stomach rumble.
That's all
Keep
right.
on talking smack.
Hey, when you get a chance, you know what, Miss Carla, I want to tell you happy birthday, and just to show you how much I love you.
No,
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 listen.
I'm gonna turn your audio off.
No, listen. Just to show you how much I love you, you and I are gonna go get some dessert
Nope.
from Neldham's next week.
Whatever. I don't like. My daughter makes the best desserts. Those are the only desserts.
Neldham's makes it better, and the
No.
line is shorter now.
No.
We can be there. You let me know what time you want to go to Neldham's. We'll be
get
there.
on my nerve.
And then we'll go to Walgreens across the street, and I'll buy you whatever you want out of Walgreens for your birthday.
And you get on my nerve. You get on my nerve. But once again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to each of you. 31st is my birthday. 52nd birthday.
Yeah.
52nd birthday. I know I don't look it. Thank God. God is good. I don't look like what I've been through. And y'all get ready because I will be starting. It is my prayer to start a podcast entitled From the Pen of a Caregiver. Get ready.
Oh, yeah. I want to host one of those episodes.
From the Pen of a Caregiver. That's what I want to start.
Hey, let's do that.
Thank
We,
you.
we,
Thank you for the
we-
early birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I feel the love in the
Happy 152nd birthday.
air.
I love you. We will we will talk later.
Yes. So you guys have a great night. Stay warm. And also, last thing, y'all see we getting these earthquakes here and there. God is trying to say something. God is a jealous God. Y'all putting other y'all. People are putting things before him. And he's trying to get our attention by shaking up some things. So
Nah,
I'll go to church Sunday and celebrate. Let's go to church Sunday. Let's go to the building if we can. Some of us can't, but if we can get to the building on Sunday, let's get there and celebrate him. It's his birthday. It's his birthday party on a Sunday. Let's go. Let's have a good time on Sunday. You can come to my church. We only in for about an hour. That's it. And we go home. We start at 10:15 sharp because I'm control the time that we start, with the countdown and stuff. Actually, countdown starts at 10:10. We're live at 10:15. We're walking out by 11:15, 11:20. We walking out the door. So y'all come on by if you need somewhere to go and you don't want to be in church all day. Stop on by. But it's a celebration. Let's go. It's his birthday. All right. So no excuses, right?
that wasn't the Lord talking to y'all. That was Jaton's casket moving.
That
I'll talk
was
to you
not
later, baby.
nice. We're not listening to that. He wasn't
Too late.
scratch
Too
that.
late. I said it.
Cut. Dante, I go to the Church of Restoration. Pastor Elliot T. Ivy Sr. is the pastor
Oh yeah.
there.
And tell them one more time about the preachers bowl, and then we out.
Oh, if you're not doing anything on Saturday, December 31st, my birthday, Pastor Todd Wheelock is having his preaching bowl that starts at noon, 1004 14th Street in Oakland. If you're not doing anything on Monday, January 2nd, beginning at 10 a.m., Abyssinian Baptist Church, Bishop Kevin Barnes, they are hosting the Gospel Bowl starting at 10 a.m. They have a ton of preachers lined up. And then save the date for January the 16th. Pastor A.L. Perkins and Because of Calvary Ministries is having the MLK Bowl. All right. So y'all be on the lookout for that uh, advertisement that will be coming out soon for the 16th. But yeah, there's a lot of good preaching that's going to be
Yes.
going on. Don't miss it. Support, support, support. If you live far and you can't make it, both of those services or all of those services will be streamed online on the various church pages. And y'all disregard what he said about, the casket and stuff like that, okay?
Don't disregard it.
Disregard it. Disregard it. My church is located at 1028 West Grant Avenue in Oakland, California. If you need somewhere to go to on Sunday, the Church of Restoration, Pastor Elliot T. Ivy, we start at 10:15 a.m. We're only in church for an hour.
Mm.
Yes. So support, support, support.
Mm.
Mm.
You go there. It's not a
Anyway,
real ringing endorsement for Pastor Ivy, but praise the Lord, saints.
anyways, we thank you guys for joining us. I can't stand you. Thank
Peace.
you guys for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful Christmas. God bless you all, and good night.